Welcome to another episode of 5th Edition Dungeons & Dragons 2 of Annihilation, episode 51, Down in the Underground. Hi everybody. Currently, we have, I switched out, it still says Gao at the top right there. Whoops.
Also, wow, you're optimistic.
Well, I mean, they're like the most likely other people. I did not take an image of Orvex, so
Orvex is gone.
Well, right, and yeah, the other person we're traveling with, I don't have an image of them, so I had to come up with something. It ended up being the word Gao and two NPCs that we haven't seen in several episodes. Anyway, let's do introductions. In the bottom right there, we have our Dungeon Master / Game Master, Kashcah.
Hello.
Straight up from her, like I was saying, we have a couple NPCs that we're hoping, at least that was what our party was hoping to do, find them down in this underground tunnel that we were searching in. And the word Gao there is from our previous NPC. I forgot to remove that. Just ignore it. So, moving over, though. Rorax is not available at this time, but she typically plays a Centaur Cleric of the Grave, who has been traveling with us ever since we set her free from a group of slavers. And then next to her, we have Nerevar.
That will be me. I'll be playing as Tobias Salazar, who is a special summoner. And most likely he will be bossing around the Eidolon by the name Arokh Ironscale.
Bossing around, I like that. Next to Nerevar, we have Kellisto, who is experiencing some technical difficulties today. She'll be without camera, but she does have her avatar up.
I'm Kellisto of the Bear God Clan, and I am a half-elf druid.
Indeed, she is, of many different talents. And then next to her, we have, who is also experiencing technical difficulties, Lyssa.
Yes, I am playing Valia, Bonesmasher. I am now a level 8 Barbarian Lizardfolk. And I have a companion named Flippy, but I think he's sleeping on the job somewhere. I haven't seen him in a little while.
Yep, and as she mentioned, we have all become level 8 as of between last session and this session. So now we can all do all sorts of terrible things to each other. And I am Vallen. I'll be playing as Ulfgar Holderheck, a Dwarven Valor Bard and Divine Sorcerer, who will be kind of tagging along with this group work. And to kind of recap things, last episode 50, that's right, we're 51 episodes, gosh. Last piece of the puzzle, we found the last evil monkey temple. Inside was a lion that had been changed in shape from something prior of what we do not know. Another party that worked for Raznasi had obtained the puzzle cube before us, though, and left us one of their own minions behind that was transformed into that lion as part of a trap, or the trap that was in that temple. We freed it, and under much duress, we convinced it to show us the way to Raznasi. It led us to the Hole of Doom, as we labeled it, and we proceeded to enter, leaving Orvex behind to hide in the bushes. And with that, I leave it to Kashcah.
Okay, so I think I got a little bit ahead of myself last time. I had kind of started describing some area as you went down the tunnel. So yeah, you'd previously found this kind of hidden entrance into area that you know is occupied by Yuan Ti. And you started heading down that tunnel, and partway down the tunnel, actually, kind of when you come into or when you're able to see the other end, when you start to see like the first kind of glimmers of light from the other end of the tunnel, Zagmira, the red wizard that is accompanying you, stops you and says, before you go further, she says, we should make a plan. She says, if we just storm in here, we'll be quickly overwhelmed and dispatched.
Well, you have yet to actually tell us what we are to expect at this point. You've been very vague on that point. It might help to know what you might have anticipated.
She says, I should also share with you that I have a spy in the Yuan-Ti temple. She says, and I do have some information back from them. So this will be somewhat helpful to us. Their name is Ishmakal, and she says, and they have been living amongst the Yuan-Ti for a while now.
How are you able to manage something like that? I mean, they're shapeshifters, aren't they?
She says,
Everyone can be bribed.
she says, this person is in my employ and works as a spy. Has worked as a spy for me before, so has some skill in this matter.
Right. Tobias, speak for yourself. So...
She says, what we face down here in the underground is is a temple of necromancers. Well, she says, you know already, right? The Raznasi is a necromancer himself, and this is the temple, of his building. She says, so it's occupied by all his delegates and all his, congregation, if you will. So.
Well, I'd imagine we're not just going to walk into one large room and they're all going to be there staring at us. What intel do you have to share?
She says, well, my spy has given me, she says, well, I have a description of the interior, but the assumption was that that I would be, entering from the main gate, not this hidden one. She says, so I know that the second in command is situated close to the main gate, has a room near the main gate. I also know that there is a kind of main temple hall not far from there, as well as like a hallway that has has a lot of kind of statues and honorifics kind of to themselves, basically. She says, she says, I do know there's an armory off that main hallway, and that main hallway does lead to the temple area. She says, so after that it gets a little kind of confused. She says, I know that Raznasi has a harem down here as well. She said, and really, she says there is all kinds of space for the horrible activities that come along with necromantic worship.
I guess I'm a bit surprised Raznasi is a fella?
She says, Raznasi is Yuan-Ti.
Right. And Yuan-Ti have harems?
She says he does.
Right. Harem of Yuan-Ti?
Yes.
Okay.
Lesser Yuan-Ti. He's like,
I wasn't sure if they were enslaved. Of other races or whatnot.
She says, no, not the harem, but certainly there are human servants that populate this area who are definitely enslaved.
Of course, the necromancer is going to be a snake figure.
So, if we just start going room to room, trying to slaughter our way through, we'll end up alerting the entire underground to our presence and quickly be overwhelmed, as you're saying.
She says, yes. She says, Rasnasi, as quite a few Yuan-Ti do, worships Dendar. And yes, so there are, there's, his whole group of followers down here, many of whom are quite accomplished in combat. She says, this isn't a group of like, a dozen of them. This is a full temple. She says, we should have a plan before we move in.
Well, I think perhaps the old saying of crushing the head of the snake may be best. But, you said that you had intel coming from the main entrance, but nothing going through this secretive one? Did you even know of its existence?
She says, I did know of the secret entrance's existence, she says, but I have not been able to meet with my spy recently to get an understanding of, if they've been able to find where this, kind of enters into the temple, so that we know where to go. She says, so, I can have some understanding of the layout of the place, she says, but not from this direction.
I don't know how then we can make a plan without knowing anything about what lies ahead besides Yuan-Ti and several necromancers, plus perhaps some enslaved innocents.
Tell me, Zagmira, how you are able to contact your spy?
She says, we had been meeting on a regular basis. She says, presumably you've seen the patrols of Yuan-Ti that exit the temple and patrol around Omu. She says, from time to time he was able to sneak into those patrols or just sneak out of the temple on some mundane business and meet with me. She says, but I have not been able to meet with him for quite a while. She says, for all I know, his ruse has been discovered and he is dead.
So then we might have possibility that Yuan-Ti expecting us.
She says, well, the Yuan-Ti already knew that the Red Wizards were around. She says, and when they attacked our encampment, she said they didn't seem to be aware of my spy within their ranks. So, she says, the Red Wizards were no secret to them. She says, but I don't know if they know of your group.
Well, we do kind of stand out at times, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were aware of us, just not our presence here now. I would ask if your man is still undercover, how are we to know them so that we don't accidentally off them?
She says, oh, I know his disguised form. She says, I will make sure that we don't harm him, although that may be challenging if we're to try to maintain his cover.
Well, obviously we'll do what we can to not kill the wrong one, but pretty much if it's snake-like, then we'll most likely still be trying to stick something in it that's sharp and pointy.
She says, well, he's not disguised as a snake. She says he appears as, oh no, he is, well, he appears as a Yuan-Ti pureblood, so he will look to you as a Cholton man, but with the eyes of a snake.
Right. So he'll look like David Tennant.
That's great.
Actually, I think I've got Yuanti. I do have Yuanti here, so I can bring up. I've got a Malison that we could use for visual aid. There we go.
I have a couple questions. Do you know what the area is that we're going into looks like? Or, has it been described to you? Is it a bunch of caverns? Is it like an open area?
Says no, these are finished rooms. This is, you know, a kind of underground commune area, if you will, she says. This is something that you know, Resnacy has been occupying for a very long time. So
So if a bat just flew around, that would probably not be something. So it's not like a big.
it's just, yeah, he's not living in a cave.
Okay.
But she says, if you, well, she says a bat might be a little obvious, but perhaps other small creatures would be good.
I might be able to do that.
Well,
I say let's go in and kill them all.
right.
Eat all of them.
Don't forget we've got our lion friends just sitting there.
And he is. He's just kind of sitting there. He's been doing a like cleaning the ear, you know.
Ulfgar
I
say,
just pat him on the head. I'm like, who wants to kill some of you auntie?
I don't know if there's going to be a response from that. Or
he just kind of like glares at you a little bit.
So Ulfgar says, in the past, we've had a group come out of this tunnel. Do you think that it'll happen again soon? Because we could try and lay a trap for them and jump them, and that would give us some time between, at least a short time between their guard checks, I guess. I don't know. Patrols.
She says, as far as my observations go, I believe the patrols are nightly.
I don't know what time of day we entered.
Hang on one sec, I could tell you. I just gotta look.
While you're figuring that out, Ulfgar says, well, I don't have a means of disguising the rest of us, or all of us. Oh, for those that are watching right now, and the reason that our images have changed is because the number of players has increased. I'll be making adjustments while Kashcah looks that up. Ulfgar will say, while I'm doing this, I'm open to suggestions on either disguising, sneaking, or otherwise trying to get around in here quietly and get to our objective.
Well, I can do pass without a trace for a while.
When you came in here, it was afternoon, mid-afternoon, when you entered the tunnel.
So, okay, so depending upon how
That'll
long
only last us an hour, though.
Okay. Whoa. Anybody else got any ideas? Tobias? And that's a big sigh.
My only other idea was for me to turn into something that would be common, which is why I was thinking bat, because I thought we were going into caverns, and scout it out. I could be a spider, but it'll take me a while.
Well, you could also go as a snake. You could go as a rat or a mouse.
That's true.
Can you turn into an insect and just buzz around?
I don't think I can do insect, but I can definitely do a rat.
Okay. Just figured that would give you a bit more mobility than something as tiny as a spider. but at least speed
Yeah,
wise.
I can turn it into a rat and kind of go ahead and see what's there,
Right.
if
Well,
everyone agrees.
sure. I don't suppose you'd be able to maintain that spell of yours either, so I think maybe we'll do that once we are able to move around inside a bit more.
So do the spell later.
Yeah. Why don't you hold off on that for now, since you'll be scouting ahead.
Okay, let me move.
And would it be great if we would know what we are looking for?
Snake people.
I just go and shake my head.
No, Tobias
I look
is
at Tobias.
right.
I'm like, you kind of walked into that one, man.
Tobias is right. We don't know anything about Raznasi. Does your contact have any information about this character at all? And my screen is completely black.
Oh, sorry. I moved you over to the new map. Woot!
I'm
New
scrolling
map!
around.
And
Okay,
you
there it
are
is.
in the bottom kind of center-ish. You're basically in a tunnel having this chat.
Okay, let me zoom in a bunch here.
So Rorax, to fill you in, as you were approaching the end of the tunnel, Zagmira asked everybody to stop, because she said, if we just, run in there, we're going to be quickly overwhelmed and killed. She explained that this whole area is, underground temple, with various rooms, for Raznasi. Raznasi is a necromantic UNT, and he has quite a few followers who live down here with him, like quite a few. So they also have some human slaves who are here, against their will. So yeah. Oh, she also revealed that she has a spy who has been kind of living down here amongst the group for a while, amongst the UNT for a while.
Also, hello everyone. Also, sorry I'm late.
It's all right.
Hello, no worries.
And apparently, you were deemed to be the person walking in front of everyone. So
Yes, because she's on a mission.
I did have the marching order.
Hmm?
Okay, first of all. Go on. Sorry. So this is kind of where you're at.
So I guess what she'll do after listening to Ulfgar and the whole group, she's probably frustrated that we've stopped. So I guess she'll say, "Are we done yet? Can we move on?"
Are
There's
we
very
there
simple
yet?
ways to scout. There's very simple ways to scout ahead. We don't need to make this complicated.
Well, Kellisto's turning into a rodent and bouncing ahead down the path ahead of us.
Yeah, perfect food for them.
Yeah, maybe switch that out to something a bit more slithery then.
No, I think rat is good. I can go fast.
All right.
All right.
Aelia lets out a big sigh.
All right, I'm going to turn into the rat and I'm going to start with...
Okay. All right.
Mostly out of concern that Aelia will step on me. To get me moving faster.
Alright, so you approach the end of the tunnel and you can see in front of you, let me scroll to that bit, an underground river opens before you. Stalactites hang low over its surface. Dripping water echoes in the dark. And you hear some kind of snake-like voices off to kind of the north of you. So, let's see. What languages do you understand?
Common, Sylvan, and Elven.
Okay, they're speaking a language that you don't understand.
Okay.
You do see you do see some boats anchored in front of you. And, you know, some water kind of up ahead. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna move in, but I can't see any other people.
Can you see? Do rats have dark vision?
I believe so. Let me see.
Okay.
Yes, 30 feet. Passive perception.
Nice.
And apparently I have very keen smell.
Okay. So when you kind of come out of that area there, you see 4 of these guys, and let me just share this handout with you so you get an idea of what they look like. There you go. They're this kind of weird, like, yeah, it's like they're half snake, half humanoid. Yeah, their bodies looked quite warped. And they appear to be kind of well, one of them's sitting on a rock, kind of on a rocky area. This area that you're in is a little rougher.
One of them sitting on a rock.
So it's kind of rough-hewn stonework. But you do see, like, over here, it's you know, more finished stonework and a stone door. Over you said 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can kind of see, like, over here-ish, the water appears to be kind of moving almost past your direction, so it's going kind of like, let me just do it this way. So it's going kind of like this direction almost, and it's disappearing. It looks like it's disappearing, like, underneath the rock over here. So it's this underground river that goes, like, down underneath the rock over here.
Okay.
And there's this kind of like just area, you know, here where the water is lapping up on this kind of underground shore a little bit. So these guys, but anyway, one of these guys is sitting on a rock. Actually, it'll be like this guy right here, and he looks like he's eating something, and the rest of them are talking to him. Well, you assume it's a him. You have no. I mean, who knows? Who knows what these guys have going for gender?
They're eating rat.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm like, well, I could try to skirt around and see if I can, but I really don't want to be eaten by them. I don't like their talk.
And you do see these 2 rowboats here are, you know, tethered to a little kind of post that's driven into the ground on the shore.
I'm going to kind of go over to the boats, like as sneakily as.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start gnawing on the rope of one.
Okay. You do see when you get closer to the boats, they are wooden rowboats. And there is, curiously, there is a cowbell dangling from a hook at the prow of each boat.
Those boats have
Interesting.
more cowbell.
They do have cowbell. But you feel confident that you could kind of like climb up this post that it's on and gnaw at where the rope is tied off, so that it would, you know, it's not going to jangle the bell while you're gnawing on it.
And that's what I do.
Okay. So takes you maybe like 30 seconds to gnaw through it. I feel like rats are pretty, you know, accomplished gnawers.
I only do one.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna what I'm trying to do is create distraction to see what happens, and then I kind of go back over to where I am around the rock a little.
Okay. Right. So yep, you gnaw the rope in you know, the rope breaks, and the current kind of the boat starts kind of moving slightly it moves against the other one, and the bell kind of jangles a little bit. And then it gets kind of bumped around a bit. And then it seems to actually, I think I have, hang on one second. Let me see, is that actually, let me zoom in on that. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Then it, let me put that on the right layer. So this is going to represent the boat that is moving around, right? Then it, so it kind of bumps against the other one a bit and then gets kind of caught by the current a little bit, and seems to kind of, float kind of, or, you know, drift off like towards where the water disappears under the rock. And oh, go on. Sorry.
Do the snake people do?
Yeah, they start moving. You hear them like, whoa. You hear them talking amongst themselves, and they kind of like the guy who's eating doesn't say anything, or doesn't do anything. He keeps munching away. But this guy who's like closest starts kind of coming over, and his friend starts kind of coming over as well, and they start kind of heading towards the boat, and they're completely distracted, so they're just going to walk right past any tiny dude, and they're going to slowly kind of make their way over there. And by now the boat is kind of like over there, and they're trying to like snag the boat. They're trying to grab it. They kind of start wading in a little bit, and this guy over here is yelling at them, and he seems to be like have some urgency. There's some kind of like, you know, urgency in his voice. So this guy kind of wades into the water. So I don't know, kind of like if you're waiting for a specific trigger.
I was trying to. Well, you know what? I think I'm going. I'm gonna go back and turn into myself really quick, and let them know what's happening. I thought about attacking them on my own, but I feel like that probably wouldn't end.
Okay. And if you just imagine as well that you're a bit further like down the tunnel, then I just wanted like a representation of the tunnel, but there is like probably a good like 50 feet of tunnel that you're kind of further down, if that makes sense. But yeah, you can kind of slip around, you know, the corner kind of and turn back into yourself. If you want.
But is that, yeah, like, is that really what I want to do? Actually, no, I think I'm gonna like try to slip into the water.
Slip into the water? Or sorry.
Yes, and change as I do this. So.
Oh, okay. What you going for?
That's a good question.
An
So this is.
aboleth.
So do I have to pay attention to the type of water, right? Before I can turn in. Like I couldn't turn into like an octopus in clear in. Oh,
and like whether it's salty or not, is that
yes?
Okay, I see. I mean, you can turn into it. It might have like. Can turn into an octopus when you're on land, right? But it might have negative repercussions.
Alright, it'll just take me a second. How deep can I tell how deep the water is?
So at the shoreline here, you can see actually this guy is kind of waded into it, and it's kind of up to where he's standing right there, it's kind of up to his waist.
Okay.
When they first like stepped into it though, where you are, you know, it was kind of a gradual slope down. It wasn't like you suddenly stepped into waist high water.
I think I will actually turn myself into.
Here
Go
comes.
into the water and turn myself into a giant octopus.
I was like, is she gonna jump the shark? Is she gonna jump the shark?
Yeah. No, but with more tentacles, I might be able to get them both. Get them down in there with me.
Okay. Make a perception check, actually. Okay. You notice, so you hear this guy over here is still yelling at them, and this guy here turns back to him and is like, it's almost like he's kind of like, he's giving hand motions to him, and then he grabs specifically the bell and stops the bell from ringing. Is what you notice. It seems kind of weird. Like the other guy is kind of trying to wrestle the boat, but instead of helping him with the boat, that guy grabs the bell. So are you gonna swim out a little bit before? And how big is a giant octopus?
I feel like the bell means something. I've seen that before I got into the water.
Yeah, yep. You could see that like just as you're kind of on the edge of the water there. Giant,
Then
you are large.
I am probably going to abort.
Oh, okay.
Abort.
Because, the bell means something. Right? That means there might be something in the water that I don't necessarily want to run into yet. Sorry, I took you down a path and didn't deliver. Doesn't mean I won't.
Oh, it means you're showing proper fear.
You have some kind of cool. Oh, I like the giant octopus stuff though. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and to do it while they're just wading in, and I really wanted to do that. I'm thinking there's something else in that water that I don't want to
pull them under.
That was.
Can I sneak up to the edge, or I put my toe?
Yeah, I run up to her and I become myself again.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can sneak up there.
And I'm like, Valia, I split their party.
Yay! I just pat you on the head. I'm like, very good. Now let's go get them.
Yeah, there's something
Excuse me.
weird about this. So I let their boat go, and they were not very concerned about the boat. They were concerned about the bell on the boat.
Can I hear this conversation?
Yep,
I'm
certainly.
We're all right there.
Yeah, you are kind of all pretty close together.
Aelia snaps back. There's something weird about this entire trip that we've been on. Can we now move?
Ulfgar has fastened his shield to his back, and he's got both weapons drawn at this point.
Fancy.
Mr. Fancy double pants over there. I'm like, well, here's what we're gonna do. I will go to the right and see if I can get these two that are off. Do you think maybe we can distract them and pull them into here?
I can. Yeah, I think I can try to help with that. I was thought about pulling them into the water, but I'm concerned that there's something else in the.
Are they going into the water like themselves?
Yeah, but there's something about this that seems really.
Okay. Yeah. See if we can pull them back here into this little corridor. If you can get them pulled back here, me and Aelia right here, and then Mr. Fancy Pants back there. And we can, between us and Tobias, you can hang out in the back, make sure nobody comes up. I doubt anybody's gonna come up from behind us. See if we can get at least those two from on the right hand side there, around the corner. They're closer, I think.
I could still get them into the water. I just wanted to make sure that there's some other people here to back me. So I can pull them into the water. You can fight in the water, right? We can.
Yeah, I can, but I kind of nudge my head towards Aelia and everybody else. I'm like, I don't know about them.
Ulfgar's like,
I think we're probably just best to try to pull them back here if we can.
Okay.
Let's just pull him back here. I'd rather not go near water.
Do you want me to get them to
Remember
chase
the frog? You like the frog, right?
Shut it.
Wait.
I look
Hang
at Ulfgar. I'm like, I know how to turn into a frog. Would you like to see a frog?
No.
I have.
So how-
I have another proposition. Kellisto tell us about the bell, right?
But the what?
Mm-hmm. Yep, she mentioned the bell.
Oh, yeah.
Ulfgar.
I think you did, right? Didn't you,
Good.
Callisto?
Yeah, she said. Yeah, she mentioned.
We might.
yes.
Okay. We might do the following. Ulfgar, you probably can do this performance. What have you do with veggie pygmies?
I try and convince them to continue sacrificing.
No,
Yeah.
not exactly. You can try to imitate the bell.
I could ring it from a distance if that helps.
True. We might see what's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
From a
can't you
distance.
Yeah, can't you
Aelia
like,
doesn't seem to be
creepy-handed-
able to sit still. She's like, she's kind of almost trotting on the spot a bit. You notice?
I feel like that's like an alarm clock counting down. You know?
Yeah, I just look at it. Like, you okay? Do you need to go pee?
Let's worry about the bell afterwards. Let's just draw them in here and deal with them.
Do you want me to turn into dinner and see if I can get them to chase me?
Sure. Let's. Do you think that one of us could hide in this area here, Kashcah? Like, so that if they were to come in, we would have.
Yeah, I mean, if you kind of like push your back up against the wall, there is a little nook there that could probably fit a person.
Pull them to where I'm at. I'll push them in further, so that way, maybe we could try to get them down before the other ones get alerted.
Right, Aelia, they're going to come to you. And I will hide here. Callisto, you just run straight through Aelia's legs, right?
Sure.
I point at the lion. I'm like, you get ready to eat some snake people.
I'd rather he just stays back.
He kind of rolls his eyes.
Alright, I will turn into a rat and see if I can taunt them to chase.
Okay.
Aelia, come on back in here. We want them to come down so they're not seen. Aye, there you are.
Okay.
Valia, hide. And I try and hide as well.
I am hiding. I look like them.
Hide better.
See? I stick my tongue out. I'm like, see?
Sorry.
So are you trying to hide in those corners, Ulfgar and
Yes.
Aelia and Valia?
Yeah, I'm just, as soon as I get to where I'm at, I'm just gonna grab them and push them in. Or pull them in towards, like, Ulfgar.
Okay.
Hide's a skill check, right?
Yes. Could you make stealth checks for me, please?
Okay.
Can do.
Why couldn't I have Thursday's stealth check? Dice? 23's all around for everybody.
Okie doke.
My
Alright.
stealth was not as happy as I thought it might be.
Alright, so Callisto, you want to describe what you're doing? With your little rat self?
Yeah. So I kind of run along the wall, and then I go up to, where they can hear me and see me, but not necessarily grab me immediately. And I start chittering. I start and see if I can get their attention.
Okay. So you start chittering, and this guy here turns around and says something quickly, in a language you're not sure what it is, to his friend who's got the bell, and then he tries to kick you from where he is, and kind of like he's holding onto the boat with one hand, trying to kick you with the other hand, and doesn't seem, he can't reach. He's kind of like trying to reach. So
Can I hear them from there?
You can hear them kind of talking, yeah.
Can I understand what they're saying?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Draconic, Common, and Dwarf.
Nope.
So I go up and like I try to run through his feet and try to bite his ankles as I'm doing so, and like.
Okay. Make an attack roll, a ratty attack roll. See if you can land a chomp.
How do I make a rat?
Oh, you could be a
Rat
giant
murder.
rat.
1d20, and then figure out your bonus.
Hang on, let me look. Let's see what rats.
Or negative.
Rat.
It's always like 1d4 minus 3 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, to hit would be.
It says
0 to
that
hit.
it's 0 to hit, reach 5, 1 target, 1 pierce.
Yep.
Right, so it's just a 1d20.
Yep. So roll a d20, see if you can land the chomp.
But chomp. No, he kind of he's kind of hopping his feet around, and he's just moving a little too quickly to for you to land a bite on him. But he does let go of the boat, and his friend is kind of yelling at him, like, but he does start. He seems to have engaged with you, Kellisto. Like, he's let go of the boat and he's looking down at the ground, trying to like stomp on you and grab you and stuff.
I move away from him a little bit, see if he follows.
Okay. So let's see. You could. So here's your choice, right? If you just move away from him, he's gonna get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
Or you could. So then you can only move like your rat movement, which is 20 feet, right? Or you could use. Oh, sorry. Let me start again. If you just move, then you can move 40 feet, right? Because you can use your action to move and then your regular movement, so you can move 40 feet. Or you could use your action to disengage and not get the attack of opportunity, but then you're only going to be able to move 20 feet. So it's kind of up to you.
Disengaging rats.
Disengaging rats. What you want to do, if you want to go for the 40 with no action, or the 20 with an action which could be disengage if you want.
So I'm still moving away though, but it's really, if I disengage, does that mean he just won't follow me? Or I have a chance of him not following me?
If you disengage, it just means that you're kind of like focusing on dodging his attacks as you back away from him, as you move away from him.
Then I'll do that.
Okay. All right. So then where do you want to move to? You can move 20 feet in your round.
I'm trying to move towards the entrance to the...
Okay. All right. So he is going to chase you.
Awesome.
He is going to move there, and then he's going to try...
While this is happening, Aelia is going to jab Arokh and Tobias with the back end of her spear and say, "Get behind the lion."
Give it a stab.
I was going to move up.
Poke it in the bum.
So he's going to reach out and claw at you, Kellisto, as a rat. And...
Uh-oh. Oh.
I think that's going to hit you. A 15.
Yes, probably, yes.
Okay. And, wait, hang on, how many? Okay, so you, as a rat, you only have a single hit point. So you kind of, what happens is you immediately bamf back into being Kellisto. Because you kind of took too much damage as a rat. So you bamf back into being Kellisto.
And you take
Can I take a reaction?
You take 2 damage.
And start my turn?
Yeah, let's do that. And then right after Aelia has done her thing, let's roll some initiative. So go for it, Aelia.
Could I have gotten farther into the tunnel than...
Well, he was here, and you were running between his feet, right?
Yeah.
So,
No, I get where I was.
yeah, I think so.
So Aelia's gonna do a charge attack on this guy.
Okay.
So she's gonna come out there. That does this.
20 feet in the straight. Okay.
And so I get to roll my attack dice twice. For one of my attacks.
Okay, go for it.
Sorry, I'm all weird with the tools. So. Yeah, and she's going to make a two-handed spear attack against this guy.
That hits. And you do double damage, right?
I roll my dice again, my hit die, damage dice again.
Okay. So he takes a jab. Oh, and then he takes a much bigger jab. Okay.
That's all one jab, actually.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. So he takes a really big jab from you as you charge forward. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I will take my second attack with the same two-handed spear.
That also hits.
Second attack. What?
Okay. Cool. This guy now has two nice spear-shaped holes in him. One seems to be bleeding fairly well from that charge attack. Okay. So let's, before we get too much further, let's do some initiatives. I need the sheet for Zagmira. Whoops. One moment. Just need her sheet.
Oh, that ended up well.
Where are the miscellaneous humanoids? Oh, there they are. Okay. Alright, cool.
So since that initiative will end up at the front, I'm just gonna say that was my turn.
Okay, thank you. And then the lion. Ooh, okay. Hang on. Lion. Oh, okay, he gets a +2. Oh, but how do I do that when he doesn't have a character sheet? Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yeah, Flippy.
You know what, I can just add it in there, can't I? Let me roll.
Mundane monster manual?
Let's do.
Really, Flippy, you gotta do me like that.
Oh my goodness. That was for Flippy, right?
No, that was for the lion.
Wow.
He was prepared.
Cat-like reflexes.
Jeez. Okay. Alright, let me...
Meanwhile, Ulfgar's all like, and I've got ears of a fox. Oh, wait, is everyone going already? Oh, crap.
But Lion is not involved in this at all yet, so he's gonna just stand behind Arokh and Tobias. It's kind of like waiting his turn. Is Flippy gonna enter the fray?
I think Flippy's gonna try to squeeze past the lion warily and come and stand over here by Ulfgar for
Okay.
and squawk at me and Callisto. She saw Callisto run out there.
Yep. Okay, Aelia. And so your turn, stabbed.
Yeah, I'm foregoing this because of my reaction.
Okay, let's skip ahead because Agmira's gonna hang back here for a bit. She hears the scuffle up ahead but has no idea what's going on really. So Broodguard guy is going to, well, they're gonna go all together. So the first guy, okay, so he's actually really fast on his feet, like it's a little bit freaky. Where did that, I just shrunk it down and that, okay, so he kind of snaps at you with this bite, Aelia, and misses.
Promptly misses, yeah.
Yep. And then he's going to follow up with 2 claw attacks.
Ooh, that one, first one hits, second one misses, so I take 8 slashing.
Okay. And you also hear as much of a reaction from you, arriving on the scene as Kellisto bamfing back to her human self. This guy yells and starts rushing forward. So he's, hang on, what is their movement? Okay.
I'm glad we planned.
So he's going to rush up here. And this guy,
Excuse me.
runs out of sight.
Nice.
This guy is still going to remain wrestling with the boat for now. So, so this guy, though, the second guy rushes up and he's also going to do the same. He's going to try and bite you and
hit.
And then he's going to do his 2 claw attacks as well.
And hit. Ooh.
And that is their turn, luckily. So, Arokh.
Arokh kind of try to squeeze in between all this clustered mess, and he's going to attack this one. Yeah, this one with tail slap.
Hang on, which one? Where are you going?
Your token didn't move, Tobias.
Oh, your connection to the server has been interrupted. Oh, okay, I'm reloading. Okay. Okay, I'm slowly loading in. Okay. Is going to move into forward.
Okay.
Between our friends, and he's going to attack this one with tail slap.
Okay.
And here we go.
Nope, I think you're trying not to hit Aelia and it's just a little awkward, so you're not able to land the hit on the Yuan-Ti.
Damn it.
Anything else Arokh would like to do?
Bite does the claw as a bonus action?
Sure. Oh, the claw hits though.
Oh boy.
Yep, the claw definitely hits.
Oh.
Okay. Right. So he takes got a big gash across his chest now. Okay. Kellisto. It's really crowded up here now. You're kind of like, with Aelia standing right there, you're like squished up against the wall at the moment. I will say
you're probably between Aelia's front hooves.
But she's half elf size again, so yeah. I mean,
yeah, like one hoof either side.
So yeah, I am gonna say that you need to move before you can
do anything.
Yes.
If there isn't anything, well, I guess I can only go backwards.
And you
can disengage forward.
Yeah, and you could rotate around as well, you know?
Yeah.
You could turn into an octopus.
You could also kind of rotate around this way, probably.
Actually, I was going to ask how often I can turn. Is it too soon for me to turn into something else?
You can do it a certain number of times per day.
Ooh, wild shape. Wild shape. I think I love you. Oh, how many times?
Would you like me to help?
Yes, please. If maybe you can find
I'm
it
looking.
faster.
I don't see it. I mean, I can just assume that I can do at least one.
Oh yeah, you can do it at least 4 times a day. At least I think.
Okay.
It's at least 4 times a day. Your druid level to
If it helps, in previous games I've had, it's the druid basically turns back temporarily and then goes back in almost the same movement.
Mm-hmm.
I actually.
Oh, what was that? Sorry, I missed the second part of it.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually finish my thought.
Oh, okay.
Part of me really wants to turn into a giant frog.
Really freak Ulfgar around, just like.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. I think I will do it. I feel like Kellisto would totally do that too. And by Kellisto, I mean me. So I'm going to turn into a giant frog.
You can use your feature twice. And then you need a short or long rest.
Okay. Well, I did turn in twice, though, to a rat.
I think you also have certain benefits from the circlet that you have.
I think that gives you the ability to shape change as a bonus action, and what was the other thing? Hang on, let me look.
Oh, you can expend a spell slot to regain hit points while transformed.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So is the rule that saying that I can do this?
I'll say you can do it once more.
Then I'm gonna totally turn into a giant frog.
Okay, giant frog.
Jumping Jehoshaphat. She did it again.
Giant frog. Okay, so you are, as a giant frog, you are a medium beast. Oh, and you can bite, and okay.
And I can swallow.
You can swallow a smaller target. Okay. Alright, so oh, you can do a standing leap as well. Alright, so you're gonna try and bite this guy?
Yes.
Okay. He does, let me look. He does look a little too big to swallow. But you can certainly bite him. Go for it.
So, what is it, a 1D?
It's 1d20, and the bite of a giant frog, is +3. Oh no.
Sorry.
So, yeah, I think the shift to a giant frog, kind of takes you a second to get used to this new body, and you miss with the bite.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay. All right, Ulfgar.
There's not a lot of space up ahead. Just saying, everybody's just kind of crowding in on these guys. I don't really have... Are they carrying any weapons or just claws and teeth?
They are not carrying any weapons.
Okay. It doesn't look like I could really get through. I suppose I could just firebolt pew, pew, at one of them.
Inspire! Inspire!
Just hold your horses there. Yeah. Talking about my main action, not my bonus. Actually, he'll do a bit of both. He'll do double inspiration in a way, if he can hit. So he will cast. He can't cast that. He has expended his sorcerer spells. Daggone it. Alright, so he's just going to do his regular firebolt at the only one he can see, which is probably going to be this one.
Okay.
And I roll. Why did that do that? I don't know. Let me try that again. It is still just rolling the damage, isn't it? Okay. Hold on.
Maybe, does he get is it a save or?
It's a to hit spell.
Oh, okay.
So
that's weird.
I'll just roll and add 7.
Okay.
And it is 21.
Okay.
And then it'll just be the first damage, which would be 5.
Okay. So it was on this guy here, right?
Yes.
Okay, doke.
And then he'll. I guess combat is already loud enough, so he'll toot his horn. Who to tote that on Kellisto, because he's worried. She disappeared. She turned. He probably didn't actually see her turn into a frog, because she's all the way around the corner there. He saw her get hit. Probably get concerned about that, so he probably did a bit of a toot for her. So you have inspiration for the next 10 minutes until you use it. I'll click the usual TLDR should you decide to use it, Kellisto.
Okay.
And that's all he'll do at the moment, because it doesn't look like he could actually get through. It looks like there's just a wall of things going on up there.
Okay. Alright, Tobias.
Tobias is going to run forward and he's going to mount Arokh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And he's going to slash the one in front of him.
Okay.
Get him.
With a chatter.
That misses.
Okay. The advantage is on the right?
Advantage means best of both rolls.
Ah, best of both rolls. Okay. Because I have the mounted combatant feat.
That gives you advantage when fighting something.
Yeah, mounted.
Okay. So
yeah. I have the advantage on the creature that it's more than my mount.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So that doesn't hit anyway. So.
Sorry.
Now you did take a new feat though that gives you a +1, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I think you actually got a 13 instead of a 12.
Yep. Still not quite enough.
I mean,
It's just
14.
It just like, just brushes past this weird thing's head.
Can I assume a parry stance as a bonus action?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm assuming a parry stance.
Wait, but hang on. But you're right. Well, but how is that going to work though with your mounted combatant? Because with that you can force an attack targeted at your mount to target you instead.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I'm referring to another.
Oh,
feat.
he can do that. Parry stance with his new Blade Master thing. It allows him to do it as he uses his reaction to do that.
Oh, gotcha. Right, on your turn you can use your reaction. Oh, yeah. Is it doing so? Oh, yeah. Very cool. All right. Yep. Done.
And suddenly I became the sword mage.
Sounds good. All right.
Chatter is poisoning his mind.
Yeah. he does seem to be favouring blades a lot more these days, you guys have noticed. Alright, Valia, finally.
Yeah. Hey, initiative rolls. What is this fart guy doing? Just hanging out in the water with his book.
He's wrestling with the boat. He's trying to hold on to the bell and the boat at the same time. But the current seems to be tugging it away from him.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna take an attack. I'm gonna run over to this guy, and I know I'm gonna provoke an attack from that guy. It's fine. And I want to try to smack him if he's close enough to me, or if I can get close enough to him, make him drop the bell.
Okay.
And that misses.
Okay.
I think you'd provoke both, wouldn't you?
I'm going like bound behind you guys.
Yeah, but you're passing through this guy's range. Like, he's got a 5-foot range, so like that's 5 foot from him to the wall. So you're passing through his. The likelihood of him hitting you is okay. I take that back.
Good, yeah.
God damn it! Prove me wrong.
Yeah. So 8 points. Okay.
I keep rolling 6s. Jesus. Hang on, is this? Oh no, okay. Alright, just checking.
I just yell as I run by and he hits me. I'll come back for you. And I'm gonna attack this guy while he's in the water.
Okay, go for it.
Can I rage as my bonus while I'm running?
Yeah, of course.
Okie dokie, I will rage. Well, so much for that.
30? Really? My god. But the 13, you don't have anything that gives you advantage? Or...
No.
Oh.
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, but the
I will go ahead and try to swipe at him. That bell. I'm trying to swipe that bell out and get his arm in the process.
Okay. Yep. Right. Yeah, so he takes that damage and drops the bell. It's like clang, 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 clang.
And I just spit on him. Okay, and that's all I got.
Okay. So, Lion Friend kind of moves up here.
He's just like nonchalant, like,
And Ulfgar, you look at him and it's kind of something really weird is happening to this lion. Like, it's like, it's almost like he's wild shaping. Like Kellisto, you know, you've seen Kellisto wild shape very frequently. This lion is kind of like slow motion wild shaping. It's really weird. It's like his paw, it looks like almost like a human hand. Like the fur is kind of just disappearing off his paw, and his toes and claws are kind of becoming fingers. And his his leg is becoming an arm.
And this started happening after the bell?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Were you looking at the... I don't know if you would have noticed, like, when it started happening. That's what you notice as he approaches.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, Flippy. Anything Flippy is up to? He's not... The lion doesn't do anything much except for, like...
Strangely morph.
I think he's just gonna stay here and just kind of keep jumping and squawking.
Okay. Alright. Doing the tippy taps. Alright, Aelia?
I want to action search. Yes.
Well, you've got to stop pushing yourself. It's just not good for your health.
I mean, it's not. It really isn't. She's got the ability... Second Wind. That's the one that I wanted.
Okay.
So you get 2 actions, and you're using your second wind as your bonus action?
No, I get 2 actions and a bonus action.
Right, and second wind says you can use a bonus action to regain hit points.
Oh, it does. Thank you, Ulfgar.
Sorry.
No, that's actually very helpful. So I'm going to... Gosh. I'm all over the place because level 8 gave me a lot of things. And not all of them I can use right now.
Okay.
Sorry, I am thinking.
Yeah, no worries. The Yuan-Ti in front of you is like hissing, flicking you with his tongue.
Okay, I'm just gonna make two-handed attacks against the same boy I was attacking before.
Okay. Oh, that hits. Okay. That also hits.
Those are good numbers.
And then I will do my heal using the second one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, dice.
You still get to add in your con modifier on top of that.
Oh, your fighter level.
Oh, is it fire?
Fighter level. So
Ooh.
4 whole hit points. It's beautiful.
Hey, it's better than the 4 less than you had before.
I mean, that is true, but Iron Jesus, you know, I'm going to have words.
Alright,
And that's the end of my turn.
okay. Sagmira is up here, and she's kind of crowding in here. And she says to you, Ulfgar, "It's shifting back!" And she's kind of like fending, like trying to keep Flippy out of her like space, you know, at the same time. So,
His wings flapping in her face.
and she is going to try and assist with that dude over there, and she's going to do a firebolt. Ooh,
Ow.
and she.
Firebolt. I heard fireball.
Oh, not yet.
Firebolt.
So she does a bunch of damage to that dude. He is looking very much crispy.
Only if she yells firebolt when she's doing
Firebolt! Bless my blood. Okay, so that's her. She's kind of, yeah. That's her contribution to the fight. And then it's their turn. So hang on 1 second before we get there. I'm gonna... Okay, so then these guys. Okay. Let me check one little thing. See if something else. Okay. All right. So that's those guys that are slightly off camera, slightly on camera. And then these folks in front, this guy here is yelling to this guy over here. Does anybody speak Abyssal?
Not at the moment, I don't.
gonna assume that's a no. Nobody speaks.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, doke. All right. Okay, so they're yelling at each other. Nobody's really sure what's going on. What they're yelling about. Well, obviously. And then this guy is going to kind of turn his attacks on you, Kellisto. So he's going to try and bite you. And then he's going to try and claw you. And then he's going to try and claw you again. And then his friend next to him is going to do the same thing, attacking Aelia. So he's going to try and bite you. And then claw. And then claw.
No, yes.
Okay.
So I got yes, no. So that means I take 10 damage.
Yes, that is correct. And then this guy over here is he seems very harried, like very bothered by what his friends are yelling at him. He seems really undecided between grabbing the boat, or he keeps like flicking his eyes to the boat, but also very worried about fighting this big lizard person in front of him. So, but he is gonna bite, claw, and claw at you, Valia.
Only gets one claw, and I get half that.
Okay. His bite didn't hit?
Yeah, sorry, his bite hits, so half of that too. So I
Okay.
take what's
5.
4 points, 5 points.
Oh, yeah, I suppose because we would be rounding down the claw, wouldn't we? So. Oh, but that's still. No, you're right, it's 4. Okay. Alright, and that's their turn. Arokh.
Arokh is going to continue attacking the one in front of him. So,
Okay.
a bit of clawing. Oh boy.
Oh, that hits. Okay. He looks severely injured with all the wounds that he's taken so far.
Can I claw again as a bonus action?
Yeah. I would say so. I
Oh
take
my
that back.
God.
No, you cannot. All right.
Okay,
And,
that's fine.
And
That's fine.
come on. Do the thing. And he's dead.
They heard oof.
He just succumbs to. He's got these massive gashes now across his body, and so he's just succumbs to this kind of blood loss. Drops to the ground.
Do you have an Roblox death sound on your stream deck?
Do I have a what?
Roblox death sound.
No, I do not. I do not have that set up.
Reconsider this.
That'd be pretty good. All right. Any movement from Arokh, or he's chilling where he's at?
Yeah. Just get the mic back. Oh, noise.
Let me confirm something, Kashcah. If Arokh's will on Arokh's turn, if he will move while Tobias is mounted, so Tobias will be moving along with him, right?
Yep. Tobias is along for the ride.
Okay, so Arokh is kind of moving forward onto this over this corpse.
Okay. Excellent. All right, Kellisto.
I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
Apparently this is... Oh wait, I have inspiration, right? So
You
I can
do.
Do you want me to click the
It's
TLDR
1d8.
again?
You can add 1d8
There you go.
too.
add 1d8.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Oh my god, really? You're not very inspiring.
Somebody is taking all the 20s.
Nope, I'm afraid that misses.
The dice are rigged.
Do you want to move anywhere?
The whole game is rigged.
No, I am. I was really hoping to scare Ulfgar, but since I'm in the middle of battle, I think I'm just gonna turn back into myself and hope that I can do better with my weapon.
Okay. Right. Ulfgar.
So the Lion-O here. Excuse me. Did it look like it was trying to move up to attack somebody in our group, or one of these Yuan-Ti brood guards, perhaps? Would I be able to insight that?
You can do an insight check. It's gonna have a pretty high DC, sir.
Oops,
but
that's a quest log.
you can certainly try.
I will give it an attempt. The old college try. Insight. 9. A really strong 9. Yeah, okay, I have no idea. So it's pretty much taken up the whole area, though. I will ready an action to attack Lion-O should it cause us any threat. I don't know that I can move past it. I mean, it's taking up the whole freaking doorway right now.
Lions are kind of big.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. And so basically, if it's going to try and take any kind of attack against us, I will, attack it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't know that there's much else I can do. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'm cut off. So.
All right. Tobias.
Let's take a look. I'm going to slash this one while mounted.
Okay.
That's Arokh.
That hits.
Moink.
You deliver a pretty serious wound to it, and it is almost staggered by this. Like, it looks close to death.
Okay, and I'm going into parry mode.
Okay. Parry mode engaged. Alright, Valia.
Good thing they hit me because I needed to keep my rage. I'm just gonna continue to try to hit that guy with my warhammer.
That hits.
There's the first.
Oof. You crush like part of his shoulder. Just there's this sickening kind of crunch, and his arm just hangs limply by its side.
There's the second.
That also hits. Okay. Yep. Looks pretty caved in.
And that's my bonus.
That hits as well. And you finish him.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of walk over to this guy and spit on him. And then I'm done. That's all I got.
Okay. Alright. Lion moves forward a little bit further. It seems to be having a difficult time actually kind of moving while it's shifting and
Can we see it doing this where we are?
Ulfgar can.
Ulfgar can.
He's trying to push its butt out of the way.
You could probably see like a tiny bit of it, Valia. I'm not sure like you'd be able to see enough to know that it's shifting shape back. Aelia and Tobias definitely can, and Arokh. Kellisto and Valia, I think it's kind of too much round the corner for you to see what's really going on. but yeah, it's kind of, there's more of its body shifted back, and it's kind of like shoulder and part of its torso are now looking very human.
A human that I recognize? Are they naked?
You don't see any clothing yet.
Oh.
You don't see.
Anything Flippy wants to do?
Flippy's gonna step in front of Ulfgar, and he's just gonna start nudging this thing out of the hallway. He's freaked out. Like, he's like disgust. He's like, no, and he's pushing it with his head, trying to push it out here to where everybody else is.
Okay.
And he's squawking and flapping, and just, feathers are going everywhere.
Okay. Alright, Aelia, there seems to be some commotion behind you from Flippy.
Aelia is tunnel visioned on murdering, so she's going to do exactly that, and she's going to, well, actually no, she's first going to try and heal herself.
Okay.
So she's going to do a healing word.
Okay.
Which is a lot better. And then she's gonna, as a bonus action, she's gonna spear our friend. Hopefully. Nope. Definitely not.
Nope.
And that's her turn.
Okay. Alright, Zakmira moves. Actually, she's gonna move right here, putting a little... She says, to you, Ulfgar, I don't know, if he's gonna be friends with us when he's done. And she's gonna kind of hold... Well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, she's gonna kind of hold her action. She's got a spell readied.
Okay. And I apologize, those that are watching, for Kashka's camera freeze. I cannot fix that.
Oh, yeah?
It's not you.
It's not?
It's me.
No.
It's, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm blaming Discord.
Oh. Maybe. Okay.
Maybe I can switch to this. 1 second.
Oh boy. Hit it. Oh.
It seemed to have worked. Okay.
I think it worked.
Just changing regions on occasion. Sorry, Rorax, we're moving further away from you at the moment.
No. Believe it or not, I have a stronger signal here.
Keep going with this.
Alright, so it's the UND's turn. So let's see. Okay, so these guys come pouring around the corner. Oop.
There's 2. Oh, 3. Okay. I was going to say that.
Four.
Oh, 4. Okay, that's a little bit
Four.
more pouring. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And the last one looks a bit different.
Does he look like a Malison?
Yes.
Okay.
He is a mouse.
I have the handout up and ready.
Oh, you do? Okay, there you go. He is a mouse. Okay, so those guys, so seeing his pals come around the corner, this guy seems to be like, cake or death kind of thing. So he's like, he almost gets a second wind. It's almost like he's, but anyway, so he's gonna swing, or not swing, he's gonna bite. Who's he biting? Actually, I'm not sure if he went for Kellisto last time, but he's kind of got a few more friends. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a quick roll to see who he's gonna bite. He bites. He's actually, strangely, he's gonna try and bite Valia. Seems a little weird, but and then claw and a claw. So I think just the bite.
Yep, I only take 2 from that K.
Yep. But his friends behind these 2 are going to attack Arokh or They're gonna actually go for Arokh because it's kind of difficult to get past Arokh, I think.
All you hear me yelling when I see them is shit.
Nope. Nope.
Oh shoot! Sorry. Ignore those last two bites. Sorry, I was supposed to claw and claw. Okay, so that's a big pile of nope for that first one. Then the second one does a bite, and then 2 claws. Wow, they suck.
Good.
Yeah, he got 16 AC, so.
Okay, and yeah, those two can't quite make it up there yet. So, all right, so that's their turn. And the guy at the back, this guy is shouting orders to them. It seems like. There's quite a bit of noise.
What's that guy called? I can't find the handout.
Here we go.
Yuan-Ti Malison.
Malison.
There we go.
Ah, okay.
Super
Okay,
buff.
so,
Super buff snake guy.
Arokh is pretty rigged that so many pesky units try to claw him, so he's readying his brave weapon ace. He's going to fire and cone of acid in to draw shape. Freehand in 30-foot cone, like so.
They were not expecting that.
Hang on, now I have to check something again.
Tobias approved.
It's 1d6 points of damage for the sector type. 1d6 per summoner level, so I have to add 1d6. Hang on. That will be ton of damage.
Oh god.
I hope so. I also hope that they are very terrible at their saving throws.
Okay, so
they have to make a saving
dex
throw.
saving throw. Okay, so let's go from the front. This guy, we'll do the guys in front first. Dex. Okay, that one does. That one does. Okay, so
DC is 11.
okay, so this guy back here fails. Hang on, let me get the guy who's Mr. Shouty right back there. Okay.
Okay. So everyone besides
This guy.
This guy succeed. So they took taking a half damage. So okay, here goes the damage.
Oh, okay. All right, so that guy took.
That's acid damage.
That guy took full damage, and everybody else takes half.
And Arokh is able to use it one more time.
Okay. Oh. Did that one get it? I don't think he did.
Good
Okay.
job, Arokh.
Okay. Everybody is slightly melted. Some more than others.
One of them is very melted.
One of them is very melted, like full Temple of Doom, you know.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Faces. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Wrong movie. Yeah,
Bad guy
exactly.
from RoboCop.
Oh, ooh, oh, Toxic Avengers, ooh.
Yep, his face is halfway down. Oh, yeah. It's not looking pretty. You can't really see it very well. Okay, anyway. Anything else, Arokh? Does he want to move at all, or is he staying where he's at? Any bonus actions?
In a bonus action, Claw was a bonus action, maybe, on the one in front of him.
Okay. That hits. Okay. He's got a nice big gash across his half melted self. So. Alright, and he's sticking where he's at?
There is a shallow water, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of steps into the water.
Okay. He will get an attack of opportunity from this guy. Because you're leaving his threat range.
Come on. You could just deflect the attack to yourself. It's fine.
And Tobias is parrying, so...
Alright, so you're going for it?
Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm just moving on the side. Oh, that hits, and... Okay, Tobias will be taking this damage.
Okay. Alright. Kellisto.
He thought he was...
I'm going to use my bonus action to initiate my Flame Blade and then attack the guy in front of me.
Very nice.
And I apparently still cannot do anything.
I'm sorry. Do you want to move at all?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Alright, Ulfgar.
So Zagmira's of the opinion this guy's going to turn back into some kind of humanoid and attack us.
Well, you heard what she said.
I don't recall exactly. It felt like a very long time ago, actually. Sorry, we've got a lot of people in the turn order.
So she said, I don't know if he's going to be friendly when he's finished turning, or something like that.
Okay. And Ulfgar will take a 5-foot step out of the alcove there now that he's got a little bit of space.
Okay.
And say, well, we'll find out when it's done. And he'll do the same, where he'll hold his action to attack if it shows any kind of threat to any of the people in our party. He will use his bonus action to... I don't know what he can see. Are there people injured that he can see? Namely, either of these 3 people.
Aelia, do you still have damage on you? Or sorry, I don't think it's showing on
Aelia
your
is
character.
looking... Aelia is looking... worse for wear. Not beaten down, but definitely worse for wear.
Then he will probably... I open the door and the cat meows. So let's see what spells he's got. He will use his healing magic, his healing word, at level 1 to heal her.
Okay.
So let's do that. And then he's done.
Okay.
And it is for... Oops.
Thank you.
Hold on. There it is, level 1. 5 points of healing.
She is... Some of her wounds are knitting back together.
Yeah.
Alright, Tobias.
Ooh, Tobias going for a slash. Again, for this one.
Okay. That hits. Okay. He looks pretty heavily wounded.
Come on, he should be dead.
Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to keep my parrying stance.
Okay.
I'll keep parrying.
Valia?
This guy dead yet?
Nope. He has the tiniest bit of life. He seemed bolstered by his friend's arrival. So somehow he's still standing.
I'm like, die already, and I'm gonna actually use my bonus and claw him first before I use my... Okay, well, I'm just gonna hit him with one. Or at least one of them hit. Just...
Yes. So he finally dies. gurgling to the floor.
Okay, and after that, I'm gonna run over here, hearing them yell or whatever, and I hear Flippy squawking about. I'm gonna run over here and see what's going on. And is this thing fully transformed, or is it still gross?
He's like in this kind of weird, grotesque, like half human, half lion, like it's really, really weird looking. Like half his face is still furry, and he's got like one lion ear.
I just run up and I'm like, Flippy, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on in here? This is disgusting. What is that? And I guess that's all I got.
Okay.
I just kind of imagine that his limbs are also kind of stretched out and are pointing the wrong way because they got lion joints instead of human joints right now.
It's all hairless.
Yeah, it's really gross.
You can just see me running and I slide and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is that? What is going on?
Yeah, like Ulfgar would have seen one of his legs when it became an arm did this weird, like really gross, crunchy kind of backflip where, rotated to be facing the right way again.
Kind of demonic possession going on in the hall.
Yep.
I love that this is what Kellisto goes through every time. It just happens very quickly.
Right. Or she waits till she's away from us to do it.
Yeah, so she doesn't freak you guys out too much. No, but this lion's being weird. So the lion it's like he's trying to say something as well, but he's still got this kind of very like guttural kind of roar thing going on, and it's just kind of like whatever he's trying to say, just is sounding
my eyes
too
are like
lion-y.
really big, like as big as lizard eyes can get, and I'm like, oh, should we kill it?
Ulfgar, make a perception check because you're keeping a close eye on this dude.
Dude, this possessed thing.
Oh, okay. You notice that the one eye that is no longer a lion eye is a snake eye.
Right, we knew that he was likely a Yuan-Ti.
Okay. But he seems to be in some pain and is surrounded by everybody now, and is just kind of dealing with this horrible transformation that he's going through at the moment. So he's not going to do anything except kind of howl and try to talk to you and fail.
Flippy, completely freaked out, is running over and just pecking at it. He doesn't care where he hits it. He's just gonna start pecking at it. Like he heard me yelling, "Should we kill it?" And he's like, "Yep."
Yes, we should. Okay, roll to hit, Flippy.
Poor Flippy. He's so freaked out.
Let me have a look. Actually,
doesn't know whether they should actually touch it or not.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite gonna hit. Yeah. Yep. So, well, it might hit him, but it doesn't. It kind of is not a strong enough hit to do damage.
Yeah. No, he's just kind of like, oh, I don't want to touch it. It's gross.
All right, Aelia.
Aelia, seeing the group pour around the corner, she's going to strike a hand out towards them and call on her ancestors as usual. So she's going to use...
As they show up, can't you do anything by yourself?
No,
we're all tired here.
Bunch of grumpy old centaurs.
Where the heck have I put this
Nap
thing?
time.
Where's my Ovaltine?
That would be so great. That would be so great.
Grandpa Centaur.
Oh, I know why I can't find it. It's a spell.
Okay, so...
And before we work that out, I am actually just going to do a bonus action to set my spear. And I am going to be targeting this guy. So what that means is if he moves before my next turn, Aelia will get an attack of opportunity on him, and it will do double damage for her normal spear attack.
Okay. Alright, so this is on their turn, which is very shortly, right? When they start their turn in that area, they have to make the wisdom saves or take some damage. I mean, they take damage either way, right? Because take half damage. Okay. Alright, cool. So you set your spear. Summon
Actually,
your guardians.
Maleficent is in range as well.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, they're all gonna get it.
Okay. Give me my Ovaltine, they say. And they go rifling through the snake's pockets.
Zagmira is going to continue to hold her action. The Yuan-Ti, especially because she can't actually see any of the Yuan-Ti really anymore. What is that?
It was supposed to be a circle.
Okay, so Yuan-Ti are going to... this guy kind of hops across the boat. Ooh, hang on. Let me move this back. Okay. That guy hops across the boat to try and get a better hit. This guy is going to kind of move up. Let me move.
He provokes that attack.
Yep. Yeah, I think they all get their wisdom saving throw. Okay, so we need 5 wisdom saving throw rolls. So 4 from Brukard. Fail. Fail. Fail.
13 was a miss, right?
Yes, sorry, 13 was a miss.
Okay.
Okay, so those guys all failed. And the guy in the back... Oh, he succeeds. So,
do you want me to roll 4 times or 5 times or just once?
I think just once is good. Okay. So this guy is almost dead. It's clinging to life. This guy takes a bunch of radiant damage to the face. So does this guy. Oh, and this guy actually dies.
Would you like our Werther's original?
It's been in my pocket for 20 years. Okay.
We won't forget this.
So those guys all take their damage. That guy expires before he's able to do anything. So the guy in the back, you see him draw a longbow. And
I knitted you a cardigan.
and he takes aim at you, Tobias, with his longbow.
I'm liking this cannon.
Ooh.
And he misses.
Nope.
Okay, and the other 2 guys in the front, the third guy has nobody to hit. The other 2 guys are going to, the weird Brugard guys are going to try and attack Arokh. So, with a bite.
That hits.
And a claw. And
hits.
a claw.
Also hit. No, the last one doesn't hit.
Oh, okay. So that's
18 points of damage.
That's that guy. This guy, who's clinging to life, is gonna try as well. That. With his dying breath, he swings. Okay. And I think that's all of them, right? Dead. Yep. Okay. Arokh.
Just the big guy and this weird lion guy.
Arokh is going to return the favor. He is starting to clawing on this one.
Okay. You going for this one?
Yeah,
Is that
this
right?
one.
Okay. Right.
That hits.
That does hit, yeah.
This one, and again as a bonus action.
Okay,
And
That
it
does.
hits.
correct. Any movement?
Do we want to provoke the attack opportunity? Arokh will be staying where he is right now.
Okay. Right, Callisto. There is a lot of noise.
Yeah. There's not a lot of places I can go.
I'm there with you. I get to watch Lion-O.
And I can't turn anymore.
I'm trying to make my turns go as fast as possible.
I am just going to... Can I start trying to climb over the dead bodies?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make my way towards the ones that are still living. I got to climb over thing.
Mhm.
Not sure. Can I make it all the way there?
Yeah, yep. Yep, I would say so. It's only
Can I
like-
hug the wall right here?
Corpses are rough terrain, so you can actually just stand on them.
I'll stand on this and then try to attack. Those three are live, right? It's kind of hard to tell with all the script.
They are live. So this one and this one have taken some heavy wounds, but are still standing. This one, you're not sure how he's still standing because he looks like he's so close to death.
Oh, then I'll take him out. I'll try to take him out.
Okay. Flaming long.
May the dice ever be in your favor.
Which they never are. Apparently
Oh.
today.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? Hang on one sec. Valia, do you still give advantage?
Yes, if you're in melee range, I'm still raging because he hit me.
So then you do hit, right? Because you got advantage on your...
Oh, yeah, you're
Okay.
right here by me.
And I'm perfect.
Okay. So, oh god, there's so much stuff. I got...
Nerevar, could you remove your acid spray?
Here, let's... Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this arrow. There we go. Okay. Can I select? Okay, yes. Alright. Whew. Okay, there we go. That guy is dead. That took a lot of clicking to, to get it. Alright. Any bonus actions you would like to take, Callisto?
No.
Okay. Ulfgar.
What's the status of Lion-O?
Lion-O is 3/4 naked human and 1/4 lion.
He
Seems to
still
be in
does-
an immense amount of pain.
He still, he just looks like he's in pain.
Yep.
I'm just gonna let him do his transformation. Is there enough space that I could get past him at this point?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
We can even shrink his token.
Ulfgar's gonna say to Zagmara, "Oh, hey."
He's kind of staggered. He's bracing himself against the wall. Let's put him right there.
Okay. Ulfgar's gonna say, "Keep an eye on that one. If he makes any bad moves, you know what to do." And Ulfgar will try moving out to see what's going on. I don't know that there's much that he'd be able to do.
You can stand on friendly squares, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I was going to get there. 1, 2, that's 10. Get an idea. Yeah, he could totally just come up here, get between them both.
Oh, yep. Stand on the dead dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's going to be all of his movement because of the rough terrain for the 2 dead bodies he's on.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because Callisto is on rough terrain as well.
And then they both looking... Oh, actually, he's going to go for Snake Man in the back.
Oh, okay.
This dude.
Right.
And he'll do his dual wielding with Bob and the rapier. So we'll start with Bob. 13?
13 does hit.
Okay. 4, really? Oh, wow. Okay, I rolled crap for damage.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh, well.
Then we do the rapier, which actually... Yeah, I don't have it on here without the extra bonus damage on there, so I'll just do the standard one. A natural 1. So I miss with that. Actually, the rapier would be the bonus action, because I was going to do a full round action on it. So then he would do another attack with Bob, because it's supposed to be 2 attacks with Bob, and then the offhand attack with the rapier.
Okay.
If that makes sense, because he's doing the dual wield.
Yep.
Okay, so... Wait. And he misses with that too. So yeah, lots of stuff going on.
Okay.
Unstable corpse.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay.
Comes up, tries chopping.
Tobias.
Nicks him.
Continuing slashing. Yeah, am I muted? No, I'm not muted.
You are not muted.
Okay. Slash.
That hits. He looks close to death. Another slice carved through him.
Okay, and still I'll be parrying.
Okay. Right, Valia.
Yay. I don't even know what I want to do. What's the lion guy doing again? Just hanging out? Still
He's
transforming.
he's like braced against the wall, and he's actually like crying out in a human voice now. Crying out in pain.
Snarf!
He did not say snarf.
I tell Zagmir, I'm like, are you gonna be okay watching this thing? This guy, this thing. I don't think he's gonna be strong enough to try to attack. And I look at it and I'm like, attack and I'll kill you. So I'm gonna go back up here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and take the hit, and I'm gonna attack the big.
Well, you actually don't... Well, hang on. How are you getting there, I guess? Because you can't move through this dude's space. Right?
I can move through Ulfgar's, right?
Yeah, you can move through Ulfgar's. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then I'll go on this side along the shore and attack him.
Okay. Right. You actually don't leave his threat range, so so he doesn't get an attack of opportunity on you.
She does enter this one's attack range, though.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, can he hit me from the water?
Well, there was no leaving.
Or,
the
well,
threat
there's
range,
like where...
I thought if you entered their range during no, that wouldn't make sense. Never mind, I'm done.
It's alright, I think you're thinking 4th edition. Or
Yeah.
3.5?
Yeah, it used to be lightweight. There's the first one.
So wait, which guy are you hitting? Sorry.
The big guy. This big
This
guy
guy.
back here.
Okay, got it. Thank you. He takes a hefty hit to... Hang on, that was...
Excuse me.
Okay. And that... Yep. 13.
Okay. I'm happy with that.
Yep. He's...
I just grin and I was like, you're gonna die.
yeah, he takes like 2 big swings from the warhammer, and
Jeez.
yeah, he's now looking close to death. Okay, Lion completes his transformation and ends up looking like a human male. However, I don't have a token for a male Yuan-Ti pureblood, so he is going to instead look like a lady. There you go.
Gorgeous.
He's like, I did my hair for this occasion.
Yep. Yeah, emerges fully make-upped like the just like in the movies when
I woke up like this.
exactly. Alright. But kind of slumps against the wall, like breathing hard, just kind of like thoroughly exhausted from what he just went through. So it doesn't seem to be taking. Well, nobody's there to see actually. Okay, Flippy. What does Flippy's bird brain tell him?
Yeah, he's really confused. He's gonna kind of hop around over here and watching. Like, he's not gonna turn his back. He's just gonna walk around this thing and just stare at it. Just his little beady eyes just stare, and he's like kicking the dirt behind him. Kind of like dogs do.
Okay.
He's just staring at him like if you make a move, trying to be threatening. No, he's really.
Okay. Right, Aelia.
Aelia is going to move into this space. And then she is going to, because she has reach, attack the big man in the back.
Oh boy.
Everybody's focusing on big man.
That hits. And he's dead.
Woo!
Come on.
And then she's going to set her spear for if this guy moves.
Okay.
On his turn. That's provided he doesn't just melt next turn, but we'll see.
Okay. Alright, Zagmira moves up, but nobody's really, I think, paying attention to what's going on round the corner. So you're really not sure what's going on there. The Yuan-Ti, this one lets out a kind of gurgling scream of rage and is going to throw looks like it's throwing like all its energy into one last round of attacks against Arokh. So a bite, a claw, and a claw.
GM, not to be a pest, but
Yes.
I believe my damage resolves first.
Oh, okay. Yep, you're totally right. Alright, he probably dies then. Let's out a gurgling
Not very
rage.
wise, are they?
Let's do well, he's gonna take half damage either way, right? So he does pass his wisdom, but and the other guy fails. But I imagine that it's still gonna be more hit points. You wanna roll damage? Or is it
Oh right.
Yeah, okay. He's toast. He lets out gurgling, hissing scream of rage and
Toast.
gets scolded by one of the spirit guardians.
How dare you attack my granddaughter, you whippersnapper?
Don't you know? In my day. Alright.
She woke us up for this.
Okay, good point.
Alright, this guy is going to attack Ulfgar.
Huh?
He does a bite,
Oh,
and a claw, and a claw.
the first one hits.
Okay, there you go. And he's the last man standing. In this bit, anyway. Arokh! Where is... Okay. This is such a mess. There's this giant pile of, like, dead bodies and people and...
Everybody was
Not even being
surfing.
grid-aligned.
Surfing one to be rude.
Okay, he is going to move at the place of this big man, and he's going to claw this one.
Okay,
Hopefully to the death.
finish him.
Get him.
That hits. Oh, not quite dead, though. He's so close to death.
Again.
That misses.
Come on. Don't stop now. Kellisto. She could do it.
Alright, Kellisto, you
Murder,
want to finish him?
Callisto, murder, snake murder.
Now is your
Forgo.
time to shine.
Oh, that hits.
Yes.
Yay! And he's dead.
Yay.
Woohoo! Alright.
Hmm.
Okay. They all seem to be dead. And let me, here I'm going to do this. Clear the turn order, get rid of this, and let me show you a little bit more of what you see. Because I realize everybody is around the corner now. So you can kind of see, like, let's just do that. You can see that. And you can also see probably that.
Right.
So that was quite a bit of noise. You see there's a stone door over here. And then, the water continues over here. Kind of out into the darkness. Continues out that way. Yeah, and there's a tunnel continuing this direction.
Has that boat disappeared by now, by the way?
It is like bumping up against the rock over here where the kind of where the water, like, we can even rotate. Look at that.
Is it all
So
like
fancy.
boat ding-a-ling?
It is. Yep, the bell
Ding-a-ling.
is ringing. There you go.
Ulfgar will use Mage Hand to attempt to stop the boat ding-a-ling
Oh yeah.
and try gently bringing it back towards us by the bell.
Okay. Right. So yep, it gets kind of it will move back towards you. How long does Mage Hand last? Is it just one round? Or?
Hold on. I think it lasts longer than that. 1 minute.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got plenty of time to kind of bring it up to the shore. Does anybody want to do anything while
Yes, I'd like to cast Healing Word a couple of times on myself.
Okay.
Ulfgar's gonna try to secure the boat, if not pull it slightly up on shore so that it's not ding-a-linging anymore.
Okay.
And then he'd suggest that perhaps we retreat back down the hallway and take a brief rest and figure out what's going on with everything. Let's drag these bodies back into the hallway and check them over.
Okay. So yep, you could certainly start kind of dragging them back in.
And oh geez, there's a naked guy.
Yep, and there is a naked guy.
Aelia's actually going to start dumping the corpses in the water.
Okay.
She heard Ulfgar, but she's not. She doesn't agree, and she's just taking action without saying anything.
We need to see if there's any, like, meanwhile he's like, maybe one of them he's reaching for. He's like, check for keys or anything like that.
Aelia responds, "They're naked."
They're naked?
Yeah, I'll grab one of them, and you hear a splash. I just threw it in the water, and I'm just going to grab another body.
Okay, so Valia, you're helping Aelia, so you're both chucking the Yuan-Ti kind of further into the water, like beyond the shallows kind of thing?
I am, yeah, definitely.
Right, Kellisto and Tobias, and Arokh, what are you three doing?
I'm watching them throw bodies in the water.
I would like to take a look. I'm getting off Arokh and I'm moving here to see what's here.
Okay. And what
Poor Ulfgar, everyone's ignoring him.
Arokh is kind of backing me up.
Would the Malison still be available that you could check to see if there's any kind of keys or useful belongings?
Aelia has not touched the Malison.
Okay. So the Malison is still available then?
I'd check him over.
Okay. So you find he has actually this really fancy, hang on, let me make sure that this is the right guy. Yep. He has this really fancy headdress on. It's like made of red cloth, this really fine material, and it has malachite gemstones sewn into it. And he's also carrying an iron key.
We'll take the key, take the headdress, boot him into the water, kind of like just into the edge of it.
Okay. So while you're searching his personage, Valia, Aelia, and Kellisto, I would like you to make perception checks. Okay. So Kellisto and Aelia, you see movement in the water coming from this direction. So it's like this classic big like ripples being, as something looks like something big is swimming your way.
It's the baby crocodiles.
I shout, there's something in the water.
So how many bodies have I dumped by now? Probably like 1, 2.
You've probably done 2. Valia's probably done 2 or 3 as well, and so Ulfgar, just as you're kicking the Malison's body towards the water, yeah, you hear. That's when you hear Kellisto yell.
Ulfgar, like in a panic, like kind of just retreats scarily back away from the water, as like eyes wide, looking a bit panicked.
I just kind of back up, make sure I'm on the shore. I'm like, where? I don't see anything.
Aelia points. But she is also backing up against the wall, kind of where she is now, actually.
Yeah, and you see Valia, the same thing that I described, this kind of big, like, slow kind of ripple, like something big is moving through the water in kind of a winding motion.
That doesn't look good. We might want to back up a little further. So we're just gonna back up over here. Like, I don't know what it's after, if it's after these or us or what, so.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, within a round, it arrives at the shoreline, and you see a spined back, kind of, it's almost like it just, as it's coming towards you, just kind of crests the top of the water, and it's just a scaled back with like this line of spikes kind of sticking up. And then you see another one next to it as well, do the same thing, so crest the water. So there's multiples of these you see now cresting the water as it moves towards the shoreline, or they move towards the shoreline, excuse me. Anybody doing it with it? It's green. It's scaly.
Hurrying around the corner. And like, Flippy! Oh, you get Flippy!
Meanwhile, Zagmira and Naked Man are just like having a chat.
I just kind of go over here to the entrance and be like, there's something in the water. I'll turn.
Okay, yeah, Zagmira.
Do you know what's in there?
Zagmira shakes her head no, and they both kind of back up. Like, Zagmira helps the Yuan-Ti man, back up around the corner. So he's kind of like still looks exhausted, and they back up.
Yeah, I'll just back up one there. I'm like, oh, I bet that's what the bell was for. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep watching, like looking.
Okay. Yeah, just seconds later, this big dragon-like head, sharp teeth, beady eyes, spines like down the back of its skull, kind of into its neck, like reaches up and grabs onto one of the dead Yuan-Ti and kind of like tosses it back and snatches it in its jaws and swallows it down. And you see the same thing happen. Like, see, this guy is gonna get munched. This guy is gonna get munched. So is this guy. This guy.
So Ulfgar is like peering around the rock edge like this.
And I'm gonna.
Ooh! 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 No! And it's just.
And you see these 5 dragon heads grab the Yuan-Ti and just eat them.
Convenient.
5.
5.
Great. I'm just kind of trying to stay quiet. I'm hoping it goes away soon.
Is anybody hiding, or
Ulfgar
you're
is,
just kind
like,
of backed up? Or...
hiding and watching.
Aelia is not hiding, she's just backed up.
Yeah, I'm just backed up in that little corridor.
Okay. So it.
She's silently hoping they're full.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so it eats these Yuan-Ti, and then you see just slowly sinks back into the depths.
I'm gonna slowly creep.
Yeah, Aelia's gonna do the same. She's gonna approach the Maleficent corpse.
I
And
just
then
kind of
she's
whisper
going
loud.
to...
Did you see that?
Yeah! It was really...
Yeah, but I don't want to fight it. Let's try to get the rest of these bodies in the water and be done.
Yeah, okay. And then Valia tenderly put the bodies in the water without too much of a fuss.
Okay. Alright. So... Okay, yep, you can kind of gently ease them into the water. They kind of...
I'm like, did you hear that bell earlier that they had? Like, I bet that bell they had was to keep that thing away.
I don't know whether it attracts them or keeps them away. I'm totally unsure.
I wasn't here when they had the bell. Let's just get these in the water. Let me go get these other 2 guys and let's get out of here.
Aelia nods.
Okay. Yeah, so you can ease the rest of the corpses kind of into the water without any more disturbance.
I'll go back here and get Zagnira, and I'll help with the Yuan-Ti person down here. I'll just pick him up and sling him over my shoulder. I'm like, this isn't gonna feel good, but we need to rush through this area before that thing comes.
Okay. Alright, so the Yuan-Ti kind of struggles a bit, but then senses that you are much stronger than they are, so stops. Yep, okay. So Zagnira will accompany you.
Alright, I'll just tell her to stick as close to the wall, the rocks as you can, until we get to the others.
Okay. Yep. So yep. You're able to kind of regroup with everybody else. these two over here as well. Are you, when you get over there, are you kind of putting the Yuan-Ti guy back down?
I'm gonna ask, what are we doing? Do you know where we're going? Because I don't want to be dinner for that. Yeah, I'll just gently place him against the wall.
Gently.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm just kind of like, here.
Or maybe that's because you're tired.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Aelia wanders up to this alcove while this is happening.
Okay. So that is... Oh, sorry. Ulfgar and Callisto? Tobias, anything you guys want to do?
For some reason,
I think I'm just like, hey, can we move? Can we keep going down the hall?
there we go. Ulfgar would like to probably take a peek around this corner up here just to make sure there isn't like a huge nest of snake people waiting around the corner.
A nest of vapors, if you will.
No, he'd continue sneaking around here so he could see. Right. He just wants to see where it kind of goes, but he's trying to be as sneaky as he can. So, you know. Jesus. Gushers like, it keeps going. Da, da, da. All right, he'd do one more sneak around this corner up here.
Okay. Yeah, this is where it gets kind of interesting. You see it opens up into a room. There is, you can see a fire glowing. Here, let me describe it to you. 1 second. So you see a campfire casts warm light over this cavern. Heaps of dead grass and palm fronds are scattered about, and the muddy floor is pitted with footprints. And you see there are 3, or actually, you could probably just, well, you see a couple of folks, couple of humans in this cavern. So I'll just do this. There we go. You can kind of see this continues up there a bit.
Would Ulfgar believe that they're Yuan-Ti?
They look incredibly poorly dressed. They're and they look at you with
Also, I've been spotted.
Oh, actually no, sorry, they wouldn't. You're right. Well, are you hiding? Or...
Yeah, I was sneaking that whole time.
Okay, then give me a stealth check. See if they do spot you. They do not see you.
Okay.
But they, like this one here is kind of sitting down, and this one, is standing kind of by the fire, wringing her hands in kind of a worried manner, and she just seems to be kind of like not sure what to do.
Okay. I would head back. So.
Okay.
And I know the other stuff was probably going on while he was like sneaking around the corner.
Yep, so Ulfgar disappears kind of off around the tunnel. Well, and Aelia is checking out the alcove up there. Tobias and Kellisto, what are you guys up to?
I'm not really doing anything. I'm just waiting for somebody to, because people went off in 2 different directions. So I'm just kind of waiting for them all to come back so we can go.
Okay. And Tobias, how about you? And Arokh.
We kind of concerned about this tunnel leading somewhere because Yuan-Ti came from, and we would like to interrogate this fella.
Please don't let Tobias interrogate anything.
He's good at it.
What would you like to ask
Shouldn't have
him?
wandered
No,
off.
he's not good at it.
He's expert level.
Expertly negative level.
Plus. S level. SS even.
F tier.
Oh, F plus.
Shots fired.
Tobias just wants an excuse to cut things. That's all Tobias is interested in.
No, that's his sword. Tobias is different.
Chatter will be like, there's a quick way to make him talk. There's a faster way to
everyone's-
get the info you want.
Anyway,
everyone's
Aelia sees none of this and is investigating this door.
Okay, what do you want to ask him, Tobias?
Since you're back in shape, are you going to still helping us?
He kind of looks at himself like, I have no idea what help I can be, he says in common. He has quite a heavy accent, but he says in common.
With a Slytherin accent.
Let's say you're going to become our tour guide around this place.
He says, he kind of, his eyes flick to like the group surrounding him and says, I will do what I can. He kind of like looks at each, he looks quite threatened right now
Well, he is kind of naked too.
by being a naked guy surrounded by a bunch of people who he just saw dispatch, you know, his fellow worshippers
His
without
mates.
much difficulty.
Okay. Tell us then how well do you know this place? What we can expect further on from here.
He says, I am familiar with the temple. He says, I can give you, he says, through this tunnel over here, for example. He says, this is where the slaves live. He says,
I found where some slaves are living.
says this door behind me leads to a distillery.
Trading their essence.
Aelia overhears. Sorry for what?
It says that's where the poisons are refined.
Like a good refined poison.
And she wanders back around the corner and she points out onto the lake and says, what about that way?
He says, you did see what just... He says, I wouldn't recommend going that way.
What about that way?
He says, that way is, certain doom. It says, that monster lives in the waters beyond this area.
You don't have boats tied up for nothing. What is beyond the river?
Well, the boats are for feeding the monster with. It says, you've already figured it out. Ring the bells to summon it, and then whatever you want to feed it goes over the side of the boat.
We didn't need boats to feed it.
It says, usually doesn't come that close. But it will arrive and it will be fed.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, sure. Okay. You think he's telling the truth about the monster, but only seems to be revealing the necessary info.
I'm not getting any hint that he's avoiding talking about what's down the river other than the monster.
Yeah, he seems to be doesn't seem to be sharing like 100% of the information.
Aelia will then just smack him with the blunt side of her spear.
He looks shocked by this. And it probably takes a little bit of damage from that. And he says, I'm trying to help. Says, and if you insist on torturing me, he says, then I will scream. He says, and I will summon.
She gets really close to him and says, "We've already saved you once. We don't have to save you again, and you're leaving out information."
He says, he says, "I'll take my chances," and lets out this massive yell.
Hey, I found some people around the corner.
He says, "Intruders!" and just yells like as loud as he can.
I just turn around and look at Aelia. I'm like, just kill him. We're fixing to get into a fight again, so just kill him.
And she is going to comply and tries to stab him in the neck.
Yeah, and at that moment, Ulfgar appears around the corner. I found some people.
Yeah, I walked over here to where I saw him disappear, and I'm just gonna, after hearing him, the Yuan-Ti scream, I'm just gonna pull my warhammer and tell Ulfgar, get ready.
So maybe we should let Tobias interrogate him.
It's a little bit late now.
The game has been revealed, has it?
Alright, so make it a hit, Aelia. He's shiftier than you expected.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me try.
Wow.
I kind of move away. I don't want to be in on the... I don't even know who this person is. They just appeared out of nowhere.
Okay. So let's roll some initiative here because he's gonna try and do things and other things are gonna happen and hang on, let me get the initiative tracker.
Oh crap.
There we go.
Zagbera, your plan sucks.
Oh, initiative, I hate you so much. One day Valia will be a big girl and get to go first.
Okay. Is that everybody?
Can I squeeze in one last thing before this combat starts?
Maybe. What is it you would like to squeeze in?
A calm emotions.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, everyone's trying to stab.
Well, I think he's already...
Sorry, just a second.
Okay.
Stab him. Just stab.
Stabbing.
But melt him. That's even better.
Actually, I like stress muffins. Suggestion. Throw him in the
Sorry, I'm back.
No
That
worries.
was annoying.
That was
So, what were you saying, Kashcah?
You can like damn it, Flippy. Flippy's got the better initiative.
The sad thing is we both have 1 for initiative. He just happens to roll better than me. I was gonna yell at Flippy, go stick your feather in his mouth. Shut him.
Yeah, you could cast it like the same time that he's yelling, basically, if you want to do that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
So
He gets calm emotions. He gets to resist, right?
he does. I can't remember what it is though. Charisma saving.
Okay.
Against my wisdom.
I've got too much crap on my screen. Roll a 6.
He resists. Yeah, so initiative away.
Okay. Alright, so Ulfgar, you come around the corner and there is
Hey, I found some people around the corner around a fire.
and immediately you see that the Yuanti guy is yelling.
His shoulders drop and he looks up and goes,
What has Tobias done this time?
he's like, I'm trying to make a safe space and all this crap's going on. Just need a small rest. And he just starts actually like whittling at this point. He actually witters away his turn with just complaining about stuff and turns around expecting to be attacked from the opposite direction.
Oh, so you just you turn kind of towards the tunnel?
Yes. So he's facing that
Okay.
way.
Alright. Kellisto.
Well, I'm confused because I don't know who this person is. They were just there, but then in all the commotion, I never noticed the lion was gone, so I didn't put 2.
Okay.
So I'm just a little confused.
You wanna hold an action?
Sorry, I'm looking one thing up really quick.
No worries.
No, what I do is I try to drown out his screaming with my Druidcraft spell by making it sound like an animal, not him yelling.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I'll do the spell so you can. I think that could do that. I'm not really positive, but that's what I try anyway.
Okay.
Or
Sound of a small. So yeah, you can kind of make the sound of like a raccoon screaming or something like that.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So just basically, it just sounds like animal noise.
Okay. Yep. Okay, you could do that for sure. Okay. How about Arokh? What's Arokh doing?
Arokh's kind of back up. He doesn't have anything that he could pin him, unfortunately.
Don't you have the tail grapple?
No, I switch grapple for better. Okay, so he's going to try to silence him with Bucklow.
I thought he was going to sit on him.
Okay. Hang on, let me check. That hits.
Arokh's just like, quiet.
So it does 4 damage. Okay.
Because common motions didn't pass.
No, it
Did not.
failed.
He resisted. Okay.
The rest of you feel calm though.
Flippy. Does Flippy understand what's going on?
Yeah, Flippy sees them attacking this thing, and I guess I yell at it. I don't know. Did I have time to yell at it?
At Flippy? Or? Sure, I would say as that's a free action. Sure.
Alright, just yell at Flippy. Go help them get that guy quiet. And I guess he's just gonna run over there and just, I don't know, put his tail feathers in his mouth or something.
He can try.
he's probably just gonna like attack the guy. He's not gonna,
Okay.
like, you know.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
No, he's just like, I'm helping.
Alright, Tobias.
Okay, let's finish what we started.
A whole party versus one person. Go.
Do the thing.
That does the
Yes, do
thing.
the thing.
Okay. Aelia.
One last calm emotions.
Okay. He does his charisma. Oh, I think that might fail, right?
Fails, yep.
Does that affect everybody?
You're all super
it-
chill.
It does, but if you are my compatriot, you can choose to be chill or not. It's only enemies that are forced. Oh, well, it's people I pick who are forced. Everyone else can choose.
Okay. The calmness
So
does
if you
seem
want
come
to be
over.
chill,
No, Ulfgar does not.
Then you have to try and resist, so.
Callisto does.
It's a save or a check?
no, you don't. See, hang on. You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you can choose within the range must make a charisma saving throw. A creature can choose to fail the saving throw if it wishes. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. Yes, you'll have to roll if you don't want to be calm.
11.
Callisto's really happy. She loves it when you do calm emotions. It's almost like a
So she chooses to fail.
oh yes.
Oh, the second one is for Arokh.
Both Lyssa and Nerevar and Arokh, y'all can be as alert as you want.
Alright. The guy who it was intended for, though, visibly kind of relaxes.
Now you can stab it.
Zagmira says, "This is a terrible idea."
Oh, Zagmira needs to roll as well.
That's true, she does.
Still a terrible idea.
There we go. Oh, she fails.
Nope.
Yep.
She's calm.
Yep, she is calm. She still says, "This is a terrible idea." She just says it very calmly.
I guess Ulfgar stops gritting his teeth.
So she's not going to do anything. She just kind of stands there. The Yuan-Ti, the Yuan-Ti, oh, one sec, let me have a look at one thing quickly here. Yuan-Ti appears to be speaking. Let me think who would understand this. actually most of the party understand that Yuanti is saying the verbal components to a spell. So I think most
They speak Abyssal still, like the other ones.
I would imagine spells like the verbal components to a spell are spoken in like an arcane kind of language.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't know that.
Ulfgar, make a wisdom saving throw, please. Well, actually, don't make it, please. That would be fantastic if you could fail it. Much appreciated.
Not my best stat.
Oh, you know what would be super helpful if I knew
what the DC was. 12. It's 12.
You feel like this guy is your very close friend.
Fuck. I was just looking up counter charm.
Ooh, I didn't want to do that.
Is that applying to all of us?
Nope, just Ulfgar feels like this guy is his very close friend.
Okay.
And he just kind of stands there looking around at the group.
So I guess I'd come over to him.
Okay, well it's Valia's turn first.
Oh, sorry. I forgot we're in initiative.
Yep.
I'm just like, I'm like, I don't know what we should do. I am not happy about this. I would just try to kill him, to be honest, because, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so you're going to attack him still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's a concentration spell.
Shoot. Sorry, I didn't even notice that I hit it. 15.
Yep, that hits.
That immediately snaps him out of calm, by the way.
Okay, gotcha. No longer calm, now injured. Oh, so you hit him again. Okay.
I'm taking all three of my actions.
Okay, so yeah, he dies.
I just put my warhammer up and I dust off my hands like I have dust and walk back for it.
Was that a concentration spell?
Nope. Or let me check. No.
I just turn around and look at everybody. I was like, it's not that hard. I just keep going.
Oh wait, hang on. No, but the spell, the effect does lift from you.
Okay. All right. Good. It's like that's gonna be really awkward otherwise.
Yeah. She kind of looks over and she's like, "So who was that, by the way?"
It was Lion.
Oh.
That was Lion.
When did that happen?
Back in the hall while we were fighting. It was pretty gross, man. I feel sorry for you every time you do that. I love you, but ugh. I'm like, okay.
That's okay.
I'm like,
what?
Let's move on before others come. Ulfgar was around this corner.
There are two
Aelia's
people.
gonna drag the body into the water.
There are two people that look like they might be slaves.
Right.
At least they're poorly clad, and they looked a bit worse for wear. They didn't look like these. And he just kind of like nods at the Lionel that just got dragged into the water.
Yeah. Well, you're talking Aelia's kind of dragging him away.
Oh, and
I'm just gonna walk.
I've got a key for that. I bet it goes to that door, perhaps.
I stop right here at the edge, and I'm like, "Did you say you have a key?"
I do.
Okay, so ask everybody: do we mess with the slave people who say they don't know anything, or do we go through the? I'll stay right here.
They're just around the corner there.
Ulfgar, I have another plan, but y'all might not like it.
Well, out with it. We don't have much time.
The snake man. Yeah, they're probably asleep. Sorry. Yeah, there's some stuff happening in the background here.
No worries.
So,
Here too.
Aelia's going to point out that some bodies have still not been eaten, and that the pure blood guy was avoiding saying what was down the river, and that I think something important is down there.
Well, I'm sure I could ring the bell to summon the creature. From a safe
Sure.
distance, but I don't want to do it if
Ring-
we're going to be going through that locked door.
I think it's full.
Right. Anyway, not wanting to go and do that. Summon any kind of watery beastie that can swallow somebody whole. Unless I'm really far away from it, so... he looks a little nervous. But
Aelia actually looks to Kellisto as if, do you wanna try this?
So you want us to bring the creature and then just go where the creature came from?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? You know, we could all swim. I can make us breathe underwater now.
Ulfgar shrinks into the shadows. I'll be right back.
I am too tired to turn into, a turtle or a shark to take us anyplace, but, I can at least let us breathe. Do you promise to, cast your little thing again later? It's like drinking Tesh, but without the hangover.
Okay.
Hmm.
I come around the
wish-
corner. I'm like, what are we gonna do?
I think we're going to go swimming.
I'll
I'm
go check this distillery. What he's talking about.
So you want to go through the door?
Yeah, at least if he was telling the truth, we might find little supplies there.
Yeah, I look at both y'all.
And if we really want to, we can lock ourselves in, and we can rest for a while.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I was like, and I got a good look at that thing in the water. I don't really want to fight it. It's very spiky, like myself.
Well, if we do rest, then I can turn into a shark or something to be able to, you guys can hold on to me and I can swim us some. I just can't do it right now.
Ulfgar
That's
grips
not a
Bob
good idea.
Really hard. I think we should probably go through the door. That sounds like a really good idea. And he starts kind of walking towards the door with the key. Puts the rapier away.
I'm like, I don't usually agree with him, but I kind of agree this time. I don't want to go fight what's in that water. It looks very nasty and possibly poisonous. We can always come back. It's not going to go anywhere.
Ulfgar says, let me check the door. And he has a listen at the door.
Make a perception check, please.
And he, depending upon what he hears, he may end up also seeing if he can see through the keyhole. Just a heads up.
Okay. So you stand there kind of listening. So just beyond the lapping of the water, you hear some kind of shuffling, you think, for just a moment.
Okay. I look through the keyhole.
Sure.
You want me to roll another?
No, it's fine. You see blackness. There seems to be something blocking or covering the view.
Can I mage hand the if there's some kind of cover over the keyhole or something, or?
And you want to try?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't move.
Okay. He turns around to the group and says, I think there's something in there, I don't know what. If there's any truth to what that one said, I wouldn't know because I wasn't there to hear it.
I'm so sorry to make you all repeat because I was just had an interruption. What did we decide with the water?
Ulfgar says it was a horrible idea. Tobias came up with the suggestion to lock ourselves in the room and have a short rest. And Ulfgar went to check the door to listen for anybody coming or if there's anyone inside, and he thinks that there may be something on the other side.
After Ulfgar does that, Aelia will reply that I don't think we have time to rest. This just ate. It'll get hungry again.
Yeah, it's huge, so it's gonna get hungry really quickly.
You can ride the boat.
He's still not a big fan of it. He's like, yeah, what's in there? I don't think it's really that bad. It's probably real easy to take care of. Maybe
There's 5
even a
of
shortcut. Might be.
I'm just like,
see.
there's 5 of them. I just shake my head. I'm like, we really.
I'll offer to go in the boat and row over to the part we can't see to see if there's more, like, river past there.
Kellisto, you can make us walk on water, can you not?
That's true. Yes, I can do that.
Then you should do that to me because I can get there and back quickly.
Okay, I have to go with you.
That's fine. Hop on.
I look at Ulfgar and Tobias. I was like, well, it was nice knowing our Druid and our two party members. I just wave. I'm like, Flippy, wave goodbye to them. They're fixing to get eaten.
Callisto waves back.
Flippy looks at the ground and is like pecking at the ground or kicking dirt. Like, oh.
So, every turn's 3 seconds, right?
6.
6 seconds. Okay. So I can move 80 feet in 6 seconds. So Aelia's gonna run here.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna see what's around there and then use the rest of her movement. What was that, 55?
Mm-hmm.
To get back here.
Okay.
Wait, no, that's 100. Is it? Did I count wrong? I should be here.
I think you've got...
So first her and Kellisto move there.
Okay. Let me open this up. So see this bit. And this bit. And this bit.
Oh boy.
How far can you see, I guess? Is there...
It's dark in here.
Yep.
Then I have normal vision. So that's what? In darkness, that's like 10 feet?
But I'm with her. I can see
60? Okay. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, we've still got some to go. Yeah, that's probably about, except I cut looks a loady. There we go. So, that is what you see.
And he says, I can't see anything.
I pull out a torch so that she can see, and I'll hold it up. And I tell her this spell lasts for an hour, so you can go as far as you, can get back in a half hour.
So I can move to here and will.
And I can see 60 feet ahead.
Okay. So probably like there-ish? Is that right?
So that's the end of that 6 seconds. Has anything started to happen?
What are you doing, Ulfgar?
Holding my breath. pretty
hole.
much. I
You're not
mean,
gonna
I just
open
saw
the
them
door
trot
while-
off, and he's just kind of gripping Bob and the key and just white knuckling and just because he's expecting something large and whale-like to come out of the water and just suck them down.
You actually see the opposite. Well, I presume, are you still standing at the door, or?
Oh, sorry, he probably would have walked out a little further.
Okay.
Can I grab here?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the water's edge, like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
right into the edge of the water.
Come on.
Look,
Okay. Yeah, you see them,
Probably
like,
shuffled a bit over.
yeah, just continue going kind of across the water.
try to slowly just start submerging into the water.
How about you, Tobias? What you up to?
How big is this cavern? Is this big enough so Arokh could fly?
It is. Let me grab the thing. Where are we? We are this one. It's about 20 feet high.
So there is not a lot of room. They're not mines of Hagramor.
I love Nobby's suggestion.
I'm just waiting to find out what
Sorry.
they find at this point. I mean,
So good.
That's an option.
It's like 6 meters of headroom, I guess. For those who use metric.
Could you repeat?
There's like 6 meters of headroom.
Yeah. 6 meters, 20 feet. Yeah, 10 will be 3 meters. 10 feet. Yeah. So that will be 6. So there's not very spacious.
No.
I mean,
I could ring the bell if you really want.
Hey, what is it? Sekiro or Dark Souls? We're going to wake up Gargoyle.
Something like that. Got a bell, we need a book and a candle. That'd be
It's a good movie.
good.
So what's he doing? Is Tobias going for it, or is he gonna hang out with Valia and Ulfgar?
Where's Aelia? Oh, Aelia is going for this. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're going to go for this. Arokh will be staying here, guarding the door, guarding the back end for now. So
Okay.
he goes nothing.
Wait, so you're gonna swim?
Wasn't I affected by water walk?
Well, she's out of
No.
range now.
So Callisto's with me.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought her water walk was just cast on people, and her pass without trace was a radius around her.
It says range 30 feet. So I suppose, is that the range for the initial casting, or? Oof.
Target is up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range. So
That's just for casting.
And it's a range of 30 feet. We're outside of 30 feet.
No, that's for her to cast it.
But that's for her to cast, and it's not a
That's-
concentration spell. So that makes me kind of believe that it's like a cast, and then it's in effect. So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
yep, then I agree.
yeah,
You can walk on water.
yeah, I should be
Walk
able
on
to
on
water walk.
water. He's your huckleberry.
Okay, so
I don't think that's how that works. It's up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range. So they have to be within range 30 feet.
wait, hang on. Up to 10 million creatures you can see within range gain this ability for the duration. But they
Oh, so if I cast it while they're around, they
Yeah.
get to keep it? Oh,
Yep.
okay. I thought they had to stay within range. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, did you cast it on them?
Okay.
No, I
That's
don't
the
think I
other-
did. I just cast it on you.
Right.
There you go.
Sorry, guys.
Clarification all around.
There are boats, Tobias, just saying. If you wanna hop in a boat.
Yeah. Totally good.
Just to make it clear, if you weren't at first, Tobias, this is a scouting trip. I intend to come back. Intend.
Yeah.
Intent, yeah. Okay, so I am affected by waterwork or not?
Not.
No.
No. You're swimming.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then I'm taking the boat. I'm just cutting the bell out. I'm just ripping the bell out of the boat so it wouldn't make any noise.
Okay. All right.
Putting in gently on the shore.
Okay.
I like I said, ripping it out the boat. Putting it
And I'm going to row the boat.
Okay.
Oh,
row the
Gently
boat.
down the stream.
Gently down the stream.
United States Marines.
Okay, so yep, so you can row. Off you go. Alright, so Ulfgar. Valia's in the water. Looks like she's going for a swim. Tobias is in the boat. It's like Mira's like
Ulfgar turns around to Zagmira,
looking at you like
gives her a really squinty-eyed look. He looks her up and down really close, like scrutinizing, and says, "Have you cast some kind of madness spell upon my party?" He
she
genuinely
says,
is like,
I didn't need to do that. They got there all by themselves.
I'm like, I hear you, because I'm just like neck deep in the water, just kind of.
And he
walking
looks
back
at
and
her, and she's the one that stayed, and he says, "You've definitely affected everyone here, haven't you?"
Alright, so you guys, Aelia and Kellisto, are you continuing on further?
I will. If it's our turn.
Yeah, sure.
But also I want to comment on a meta level. Why are you following a scout? It's fine. Anyway,
He wants to
20 feet.
row his boat.
Okay.
Wait, the torch is like 30 feet in darkness, right?
20.
20. Yes,
Yeah.
so she would see that shoreline.
They reduced it in 5th edition.
What is going on? Roll 20.
What?
Why you do this?
Oh, is it delaying?
No, it wants to move some. Okay, it's just being weird. Okay, so 20 feet. Let's go there, and then let's go there.
Aelia will ask Kellisto, that way or that way? And she, indicates the river or the
Yep.
Let's follow the river.
cave.
Callisto, you can see, right? So you can see a bit further, so you can see that it kind of curves around.
Okay, so we're continuing along the river.
Yeah, might as well use the
5,
water walk while we have it.
30. And up to that edge, okay. And then I have 10 feet left.
Okay. So here you see like this. See this bit here.
Oh boy. And Gollum is on the center there.
Is there my Kellisto you can see further though, so you can see like this.
There is a big rectangle here.
Oh, thank you very much. I missed that. Yeah, probably maybe kind of like that, I think. Is that far enough? Let me check.
Okay,
Oh,
wow.
a little bit further, tiny bit further.
I get to move a bit further as well. Oh, just a very small amount.
Just trying to think about line of sight as well, you know?
Yeah, totally.
There we go. Okay. I think that's about right. Let's see. Maybe like that. There. I think that's probably
Jeez.
so
Let's zoom out.
I
get some
totally hear you,
perspective.
monkey. So you arrive in this area and you see, let me describe it to you, and we'll probably end on this note. An underground river widens to form a flooded grotto. To the west, a pebble-strewn bank rises to a door recessed in the cavern wall. Near the middle of the lake, bones cling like a tie mark to a rocky pillar. You see swimming directly towards you that big swooping motion again. And I think that's where we'll end it.
Woo! But they only have an hour left to water walk. We're not going to make it a whole week.
Well, I told you, bye. Party splitting.
Ah, party splitting.
Actually, it's more like.
They didn't-
It's like
I actually like the how far ahead Aelia is, even with Tobias trying to follow in a boat.
yeah, Tobias, I think you would safely be kind of like upriver a bit further now.
He's probably like very carefully breaking the water too.
If I had pushed him, he probably would have got there a little faster.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's why it does. I mean, Kellisto, wait, hang on one sec, Kellisto, just so that we don't forget that you are there as well. It's not just Aelia gonna be chopped.
yeah.
2 snacks.
2 snacks, double snackage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think everybody else is pretty much, yeah, okay, cool. All right, well, we are set for next time. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Well,
Bye.
thanks everybody
Yep,
for coming out.
thanks.
And we'll see you next time where
Nice knowing you.
half the party dies or lives. Which one? Because half of us are where somebody was screaming intruders, while the other half are going to go make friends with underwater giant people-eating
Spiky
creatures.
fish.
So tune in next time for more fun with D&D 5th edition.
Yep.
See you guys next time. Bye.
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 Bye.